Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Monday. Yesterday, remember, was family day. I had the family come over. I didn't take very much video because we were just having such a great time. I kind of like put the video camera aside and just did some private family fun. But I do have a couple little clips that I'll share with you this morning and a couple of pictures that my sister-in-law sent to my asawa, to Ness, who sent it to me for the... Well, good afternoon, magandang tanghali, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Take 4. Take 4. Can you believe take 4 on the intro alone? Today has been one of those days. Nothing has gone right for me this morning, and there's been so many mess ups with trying to do this morning's intro to the video. Hence, take 4. Let me tell you how my morning started. Well, to begin with, I started doing the intro. You saw the intro. I went ahead and left the intro in to kind of put everything into perspective. Well, towards the very end of the first take of the intro, I had a plane goer. Normally, if a plane flies directly over it, it makes a bunch of noise. What I do is I go ahead and delete that segment and I redo it. I try not to do too much, but believe it or not, and I'm sure many of the vloggers who do YouTube videos, and they'll tell you most of the stuff is done impromptu, without script, which is how I do things here on My PI Dream. Of course, there's editing you do when you make mistakes and things like that afterwards. You can cut out silly things when you pronounce words wrong, like I do all the time. Or if you stumble, you haven't seen before. I've tripped down the stairs or bumped into something. I ran into a window one time in the shopping mall. I didn't see it. It was so clear. I was embarrassed to show that. But that's the miracle of editing. But pretty much, I believe, there's very few people, I think, or well, there might be. I don't know that many professional vloggers. But I believe that most people do things impromptu. Well, anyway, let me get back to the morning, my impromptu 4 takes this morning. So I started doing the first one, then an airplane goes over, and I'm like, let me cut this out, I'll redo the intro. I pressed the wrong button on the camera. I pressed the wrong button and something went into photo mode, it went into JPEG. So I redid the intro, this morning's intro, thinking that I'm recording video for my morning intro, and I'm just taking still pics. I'm doing like selfies of myself. But I left the camera going because, interesting enough, it kind of led there into a Bahay Kubo time. So we walked together, we went inside the Bahay Kubo, or at least you almost went with me to the Bahay Kubo, and we did a really good topic in the Bahay Kubo that I want to talk about with good tips about construction, and we're going to get into that. I promise you later on today we're gonna cover that one topic because I thought it was important enough. Well, I got in there, and of course I'm still taking JPEG images. I wasn't thinking anything, but part of the topic that I was talking about this morning had to do with vendors and making sure, and documentation and keeping receipts and all this the importance of all this. And lo and behold, my vendor, my CCTV folks, they drive right up because they're replacing a camera from a contract that I had earlier, and it all just fell right into place. I could not have scripted it any better for that all to happen in the timing mode that I was working on. And so I brought you with me out there, but I did turn the camera off, so you'll see in one of the upcoming video segments here in just a moment, you'll get to see that them doing the install and us doing the validation of the repaired camera. Okay, so then I did all that, and I came in for lunchtime, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll try to get an advance on my editing for the day, because sometimes I'll be up editing some of the videos. You know how late I publish them sometimes. I might be editing up until like midnight sometimes. So I try to get a little head start. So luckily I did. I went over there and I just started loading up some of the videos. And then what I found out was I have these JPEG pictures. I really don't have a completed intro. So I was talking with Ness. We were talking on video chat which she's sleeping right now, and I can see her over there sleeping. She leaves the camera on at nighttime. So I said, I know what I'll do. I'll do a second take right here, like what I am doing right now. So I took a full second take. I did the second take, and then I went over to take that one edited second take, and I checked, and you could only see me from, I didn't have the camera pointed, tilted properly. The camera went up to right about here on me for the whole segment. I'm like, oh, I can't believe this. So that was the second take. So I said, okay, I'll redo it again. So I came over here and I did a third take, and then the third take, I didn't include a lot of the information that was pertinent to the intro that I'm telling you about right now, like how screwed up the second take was with the cutoff head and everything like that. I went over there and I said, oh, I didn't even include that. So this is take 4. So I think I covered everything that I missed. I think the Bahi Kubo, the JPEG screw up, the cutoff head screw up, and I think we're good now. I think we can go into today's video. So let's go into today's video. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Well, this has worked out perfectly because what we were talking about was follow-on support. We were talking about maintaining organization of contract information and invoices and billing and things like that. Well, the guys out of here right now that just showed up, this is my folks from the CCTV. You remember Bernard and his crew that did all the CCTV installation here? Well, we had a problem with one of the cameras. And that's the camera that was mounted up here in this area. It was connecting, disconnecting. There was some kind of issue with it, and we isolated down to the camera because we changed different ports on the switch, and we did everything which indicated it was a problem with the camera. And what they did, while I was on vacation back in the U.S., they gave me a temporary camera. This is a different one. This is a little bit older of a brand that they had, or version that they had, older model. And it worked good. It worked good. It's not quite the standard of quality as the one that I purchased. And what they did is they sent mine out. They said it was repaired, and they tested it, and it's back to new. We'll see, because we'll have it installed, and we'll make sure that it is working fine over the duration. But they're coming out here. They're going to replace the camera right here, and we'll do a configuration and get it back into service again. That is what I'm talking about, having a good, reputable company to do follow-on service, and if you need customer support later on. You don't get that with all companies, but most of the companies that I selected here for the build here at Villa Feliz have been great companies, and we've been having great results. Luckily, most of the things that we've had here have been installed really good. We just had a couple issues, and we discussed that back in earlier episodes. So let me work with these guys, get this thing installed, and do a testing, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Well, that's out of the way. Great support from our folks at Nutech, both Royal and Bernard and his crew, his installation team. I'm going to leave a link for the company. So if you need CCTV and you're concerned about having follow-on support or having quality installation with a quality product, you can rest assured with this company here. So anyway, I am going to watch what's going on across the street over here. Another thing that got done today, I requested through our security folks, remember that the white cable? Everybody keeps asking me, what was that white cable? This white cable right here that was running from my front porch over to the Kubo across the street. That's a security Bahi Kubo over there. Well, you remember when they put that over there, we didn't even have lights or anything over here. So since that time, they installed some lights. But before that time, before they had electricity over there, I let them use my electricity with this really long extension cord. So they had a way to charge their cell phones and their dispatch radios and make coffee and things like that over in the Kubo over there. I even provided them with the hot and cold water machine over there so that they could have that. But what I did, I was concerned because they had the cable connected to my coconut tree here, and they ran it, and my gardener tied one end, secured it to my composite wood deck posting system here, deck rail system, and he had it connected to the outlet over there. And I was so concerned that a truck was going to come through, grab this cable, and rip my deck railing here after this hard work that we did installing all this. So what I did, I asked this morning if they could get a hold of the on-site electrician. Our development has an on-site electrician that I think he lives right outside the gate, or maybe he lives inside the subdivision. I'm not really sure where he lives, but we have our own staff here for everything in the subdivision. Electricians, we have plumbing, we have maintainers for all the beautiful plants and all that you see out here. Anyway, that's what he's doing across the street. I asked them if they would connect up to the security lights here and provide electricity down instead of us using this extension cord. And boom, he was out right away, and that's what he's doing right now. Well, as you can see, what I just worked on the stairs is I cut cardboard out of residual pieces of boxes, that like the TV box and just cardboard. And I'm putting on each one of the steps because what I noticed, Hapon loves sitting on the platform, looking out the front window, inspecting everything that's riding around or walking around the property. So he's a good guard dog. He does a great job of keeping an eye on the house here. But I also noticed his claws from running up and down the wood steps. He's got some scratches going on in there. So for that, to protect the new steps from scratches, as well as when the contractor comes back on site and his workers are working upstairs, I'm going to cover up all of the steps with the cardboard, tape them with some masking tape, and that will prevent any more damage to those steps or minimize the amount of damage that will happen there. I'm going to grab. It's been a crazy morning here. I haven't done any construction items outside. Went outside and did a little bit of cleaning of the yard, just a little bit, but I haven't done anything that was on my my to-do list. So it's lunchtime already, believe it or not. So I am eating some leftover pizza. Can you believe I still have leftover pizza? And I'm here chatting with Ness. Ness is here, and so we're spending a little time before she goes to bed, and then I don't know what the afternoon is going to hold for me. I have to reevaluate some of the things around here, but I got a lot of good stuff accomplished. That coordination is an important part of building, and coordinated with the window people. CCTV camera got replaced, and the new one is installed now. And what was the other thing I did, Ness? Do you remember earlier this morning? I know there was something else that was on the list. What did I do?
Did you say about the CCTV?
I did say about the CCTV. Right. Oh, I know the other thing that I did. Okay, the veterinary clinic. So Ness and I worked together. She actually called from the U.S. and she spoke directly to the local clinics. We went through a couple of them this morning, and we're trying to coordinate. All the dogs still need their shots, so we're going to get they call it a 6-in-1. You can get a 5-in-1 or a 6-in-1. I think the 6-in-1 includes the rabies, what they call anti-rabies shot here, right? Yeah. So we're getting that done. And what was the price? For those of you who are interested in pricing over here, pricing for the 6-in-1 is $520. 6-in-1 is 520 pesos. The 5-in-1 is at the other place was about 500 pesos. I don't remember what it costs in the U.S. Those of you who are dog owners in the U.S., North America, you can do comparably cheap. I think it might be a little bit cheaper here. What I do know is we checked on pricing for spaying and for neutering dogs. And for neutering, the cost locally is 3,500 pesos, about 70 US dollars, I think, if I remember correctly, for the exchange rate. And I think I remember in the U.S. I think the prices when I used to have dogs back there, and I actually went online. I think the lowest price you can get a surgical procedure done in the U.S., the lowest is like $50, all the way up to around $500 for having these types of procedures. And I imagine most of them are around $200, $150 to $200 for those type of surgical procedures for comparative shopping. So you see, I've been busy. Coordination is a part of it. You don't always have to be constructing stuff around the house. But I want to get on top of something this afternoon. I don't know what it is. After lunch, I'll sit down and look at my to-do list, see what I should work on today. Oh, my water people here. I ordered 3 bottles of water this morning. Let me get my water. Okay, I got 3 bottles of water to last me for a while. What I'm going to do, as I think I was saying earlier, I'm going to go ahead and go up to the 2nd floor inside the comfort room area, shower, bathroom. And what I'm going to do inside there is clean. It needs to be clean. All the construction debris is up there. You going to come up and help me hop on? Huh? I don't think he is. So I'm going to go up there, clean up that area, and then once that gets done, I will probably go ahead and do the grouting of the shower floor. I will tell you, here, let me take you back inside the shower on the 1st floor. I broke it in yesterday. The shower works great. The shower head works fine. The hot water from the solar hot water heater, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I can't turn it all the way. It's too hot for me, so I have to turn it back. And I have yet to plug it in. So that's pure sun radiation that's heating that water, and no electricity at that point. Now, if Bottleneck could just go to net metering, we're already roughed in for the cabling that would go from the roof down to the basement. We'll go ahead and do the solar option. But right now, we're putting that on the back burner until it is affordable for us, where we get a return on our investment. Well, I didn't really give you very much content in today's video. We're going to talk in just a minute. We're going to do like the Bahay Kubo time, but not in the Bahay Kubo. We're just going to talk about discussions. Since I'm up here on the 2nd floor and I still have more cleaning to do. Now, today was a cleaning day for me up here. I removed a lot of the construction material that was there was a lot of pieces of concrete, old tiles that were damaged or mishandled, so I moved a lot of that stuff down. I still have stuff on the loft balcony area out here that still has to go down into the basement. But let's walk into the bathroom area, the comfort room, and I'll show you. It's much cleaner inside there right now. So you can see, although I have cardboard all over the place, what I'm going to do, all this cardboard that's inside here, the cardboard I'm going to put down as a protective coating on top of the tile, because there's still a lot of finishing that has to be. They haven't done any of the tile up there, nothing on this wall, nothing on that wall, and nothing on the walls of the shower stall inside here. So there's still a lot of work that has to be done in this room. Also, the cabinets, you see all the wood that's inside there and the wood over there. None of the doors are made, none of the drawers are made. So I put the slider rails inside there. So everything is in place inside here. So I kind of coordinated or in an organized kind of manner where things need to be for construction, so it'll be easier when the guys come in to do construction. But this time I'm going to cover the entire floor with cardboard to protect it from getting damaged and to prevent. I wish they hadn't put the grout inside, because they put white grout. I asked them not to put white grout anywhere, but we have a white grout inside here. And as you saw back in this room, when we had a little bit of water, you can see it from here. When it came in, it did some staining. And I'm in the process of cleaning right now, but you see this is all stained. So hopefully it will come clean. I might have to get a toothbrush in there, maybe a little bit of bleach or something like that to get it clean. This room, it took a bulk of my time today. I also cleaned up this area inside here. I moved the bathtub. Do you remember the bathtub? I don't know if you remember the bathtub, but the bathtub is inside here. And the bathtub inside here will eventually go to right over there. I have the plumbing. One afternoon I'm going to install the plumbing. I cleaned this room out, kind of coordinated, organized it a little bit. So that's what today was all about, cleaning. But before I close for today, one of the things I wanted to talk with you earlier, remember I had to buy that JPEG selfie Baje Kubo session earlier, but the main topic there was organization. When you are having anything built, and I said that back when we were working out of the Baje Kubo, make sure when you have invoices, when you make payments, when you get quotations, when you have anything that you get from any vendor, from your contractor, make sure you put everything in one box. Now for me, since the Baje Kubo was my home office, my working office, I had bags all over the place inside there. Then when we moved some stuff inside the house, once we had the roof on, I moved some of the stuff. I have stuff all over the place. So today, when I contacted ForlinQ, I looked at what I had scanned in. If you have a scanner, that's a great thing too. Scan in all your documents, get a soft copy, put it in the cloud so you can reach it no matter where you're at. Even if you're on the road and they ask you a question, you can always reach it. But what I did, like I said, I had stuff all over the place, and I scanned the first copy of all of our doors and windows from that company. And I had to send out a request for replacement or changing out of windows and some other things. And I went back to my original one. It didn't even have the bathroom ones inside it, and that's what I had on my soft copy. I didn't scan in the very last revision. I have 8 revisions for the windows inside this house, starting from very little stuff that we had planned on doing, and then we expanded as we went along and made changes as far as quality goes. So the point I'm trying to get to is make sure that you have everything. Get a little box, take a box, put it aside, dump everything inside there, so it's one place to go find it. Now, if you're organized like Ness is, Ness has folders, and she has a little she's crazy organized, and you can put the names of each one of your vendors, or you can put it by month, or whatever works for you. Whatever type of organization skill will work for you. So that was the point. Anyway, I did find the Rev 8 version of the ForlinQ window design and everything like that. It was down in the basement inside the bedroom, inside the drawers, the little plastic drawers that I had over in the apartment. But I did find it, and I scanned it, so I have the latest scanned and copy now, and I sent the email to ForlinQ requesting assistance, and I'm waiting for them to return. Now again, I originally had with Emma Ruth told me everything was going to be good. She briefed everybody. So if I don't hear anything in the next couple days, I'll just do a telephone follow-up. Follow-up. That's another thing inside the Philippines. You always have to do follow-up. Well, that's about it for today. It's going to be a short video today because I was upstairs cleaning, and I didn't think you would want to watch me on my hands and knees doing cleaning all day long. Although maybe a lot of the women subscribers here would like to see a man down on his hands and knees doing a lot of cleaning. I don't know. And hopefully tomorrow I'm a little more organized in the morning, and I remember how to set the camera properly so I don't lose any of my video clips. I don't know. These things happen. You move on. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day.
Hey, sweetie.